Joining us this afternoon is the head coach of the Grapeland Sandies, Coach Jordan Wood. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. I can't complain. It's football season, so it's the best time of the year. I know that's right. And I'm getting ready for football. I know you're getting ready for football. Tell me a little bit, before we get into talking about last season and this season, tell me a little bit about what this offseason has been like for you in the Sandy football program.
We're going into year 5, so our kids know what to expect. Our coach know what to expect, and so it's been a good year. It's been smooth all the way through. Just working, getting better, and our kids stayed hungry after last year, going into this next year. So it's been a good off season.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about last season. You went 10-4 last year, made it to the regional finals, had a really good year. Talk to me a little bit about last season. You fell to Bremond in the regional finals, 45-14, but really a competitive year for the Sandies. And that 1-point loss to Lovelady at the end of the year was kind of what separated the district championship there. So, talk to me about last season and how you felt it went.
It went well. We had a couple down years before that, and so it took a little bit of while to get our kids believing that they could win. They should be playing with everybody. And once we got that belief, we were pretty good. Now we had a really good group of seniors last year. They were talented and really good football players, but they were also great leaders on and off the field. And that's what we're going to miss the most from last year, coming this next year, is those seniors. And so, especially led by the Gilmore brothers and Bryson Johnson, they were great football players, but they're also great leaders, and they really took us the right direction. So we'll miss those guys. We have great players coming back. They got to step up in the leadership role, and that's what we're looking forward to this next year. So last year we had a good year. It was a fun year, but it's really led by the senior leadership that kept everybody together.
Well, and you kind of spoke on it there, and I was going to get into that, what your expectations were for this year. But because your return, like you said, you got 8 starters coming back on offense and 5 on defense, and one of those starters returning just happened to win third in the 100-meter dash this at the state track meet, a 10.83 Malik Johnson. He has got speed for days, and not just him, but the whole offense seems to have a lot of speed over there in Grapeland. So what are your expectations kind of going into this year? Like you said, year 5 now, going into it, kind of building on the success that you've had previously. What are your expectations this year?
So, well, one is we got to stay healthy, and we got to have leaders on the field, not just on the sideline. So, like I said, we're going to be talented. We have some good players coming back. So you hit on Malik Johnson there, a tremendous player, but him with 3 others, Malik Johnson, Kiwi Bruin, Sean Walker, and Jesse Ellington. All 4 of those guys started on both sides of the ball as a freshman. And so they're going to their senior year. So you talk about 4 guys that have been starting for that long on both sides. They're really good. And then you got all the linemen to go with them that have all started 12 games as well. That's a lot of experience at the varsity level. And so we have plenty of guys coming back that can play football. We just got to stay healthy. We got to put it all together. We got to play together. And so our district is really tough. Our pre-district, we play Bremont week 2 also. And so our schedule is a tough schedule, and we got to be ready every single week. And so to do that, we got to stay together. We got to practice well every week. Got to be prepared every week. And so it'll be fun, but we got plenty of talent. We just got to stay healthy, and we got to stay together.
Well, and it was good to see you down in College Station. Obviously, Grapeland making the state 7-on-7 tournament again. And, that first game, beating Gunner, knocking off the 3-time defending state champs, that first game, we talked to you afterwards, just the excitement and everything. And we kind of spoke about it then, but now that it's a couple of weeks removed from it, do you think that victory over Gunner, I know it's 7-on-7 and it's not with the pads on and all that, but do you think that will build some momentum for your team going into the season?
So I think it was a good teaching tool for sure, because we talked about it. We're not going out there trying to beat Gunner. We're going out there to compete and learn and have fun. And our biggest thing is we want to compete. We're going to make mistakes, but you can't make mistakes from the sideline. Make them and get coached from them. And we competed well, and we came out on top that game. And our kids realized they didn't go in with the expectation to win. They went in, we're going to compete and see what happens. And so I think they can learn from that. That's the biggest takeaway is learning from that experience. And it was surprising. So Malik Johnson, you hit on, he wasn't with us in College Station. He was getting healthy. And so that's what a lot of people didn't realize. We went down to College Station, competed really well with some young kids and without him. And some of our other seniors had to really step up and play big time roles to keep us in games. And so, but anytime you beat a program like Gunner and what they've done the last really 9 years is unbelievable. It gives you a confidence boost going into the season, kind of a refresher of getting these kids excited to show up and keep working hard. And they see the benefits and they see everything paying off. And so it makes it my job easier to motivate these kids when they get rewarded like that.
Well, and for sure too. I didn't know Malik wasn't there, but that makes a lot of sense. I didn't even realize he wasn't there. But better to get him healthy for the regular season than have him out there at 7-on-7. But to your point too, talking about making those runs, going to College Station, and just playing in those state qualifying tournaments, that brings the team together too, and it's team bonding kind of without the coaches because it's a player-led thing. So it kind of helps build team chemistry too, right?
Oh, it was a great experience, and our community stepped up and supported those guys and really gave back to make sure it was a great experience for them. We were able to go play Top Golf and things like that. That the community just stepped up and donated money to make sure they could go do. And so it was a great experience for all of them. Everybody had a blast, even though our win loss record wasn't what it wanted to be. It's still great to bond together and then also get that one win over Gunner. That's big time for us.
Yeah, that makes kind of whole trip worth it at that point. You got to spend some time with the kids, and they had a good time, and you got a big victory over there, too. So it kind of all works out. Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time here and talking to us on this July afternoon. I'm ready for football season, and we'll talk to you throughout the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach. That's